You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 27. Let's look at what this means for startups and entrepreneurs in Korea.
Yeah, we've got a really interesting stack of reports from the Seoul Economic Daily today.
We do, and the mission for this deep dive is to figure out where the actual white space is for founders right now. Separating the AI hype from where the real infrastructure money is actually being made.
Exactly. And well, a great place to start is Seoul Forum 2026, which actually opened today.
Right.
The overarching theme there is physical AI. And it's so easy to get distracted by, the shiny new humanoid robot hardware just walking around on stage.
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves the hardware demos.
Right. But the real opportunity for startups isn't in the metal.
Yeah.
It's in the robot operating system.
I mean, it's the classic early smartphone era playbook all over again.
Mm-hmm.
We all obsessed over the physical phone designs back then, but the massive startup wealth was ultimately built by the companies that owned the OS layer.
Yeah, and if you take that software-first mentality and apply it to what's happening right now in corporate AI adoption, the scale is just, well, it's staggering.
How so?
So Samsung is officially unlocking external generative AI for their workforce globally. We're talking ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude for 270,000 employees.
Wow. And to put this in context for you listening, you really have to understand the K-ball. These are Korea's massive family-controlled conglomerates, right?
Exactly. And historically, they are intensely cautious about data security.
Right. They usually keep everything completely in-house.
Yeah, so this sudden opening up is a massive B2B procurement signal. It basically creates instant demand for startups that can build enterprise-grade AI security and compliance layers.
Okay, so the enterprise sector is building secure software walls around internal data. But on the consumer side, the ultimate data isn't in a corporate server, is it?
No, it's in physical retail.
Right, which brings us to Naver. Are they suddenly panic buying offline merchant data?
It is literally a survival race against Google. So Google just secured Korean map data approval.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which means their AI agents can now integrate local geography. So in response, Naver is urgently executing POS integration.
And POS integration, that's point of sale, right?
Yep.
Literally connecting the software of physical merchant cash registers directly into their digital ecosystem.
You got it. Because Google's AI agents can scrape the entire internet, but they can't scrape what you're buying at a local mom-and-pop shop in Seoul.
That makes sense. So by integrating those POS systems, Naver is hoarding the one dataset Google can't access, offline physical transactions.
Precisely. It builds this impenetrable data moat.
But hoarding data is useless without the processing power to actually train models on it, right?
Which brings us to the massive infrastructure gap that NHN Cloud is targeting right now with their new FactoryX launch.
Yeah.
Here's a wild reality check for you.
Okay, hit me.
93% of Korean companies cannot effectively use GPUs.
Wait, 93%?
Yeah.
So just buying a massive cluster of GPUs it's not enough.
Not at all. It's like giving a Formula One car to someone with a learner's permit.
Right. So is FactoryX basically providing the professional driver?
That is a really great way to look at it. The failure rate isn't about lacking hardware. It's a severe lack of optimization software and engineering talent.
Got it.
So FactoryX bridges that gap. And rather than relying purely on expensive GPUs, they're actually utilizing hardware from domestic NPU leaders like Rebellions.
NPUs, that's a neural processing unit, right?
Exactly. Unlike general-purpose GPUs, an NPU is a specialized chip designed exclusively to run AI models. So it's far cheaper and way more energy efficient.
And Rebellions just validated this approach too. They recently raised 200 billion won, which is roughly 143 million US dollars.
Yeah, massive race.
Now, if you're a founder listening to this, you definitely know the B2B chicken and egg nightmare. Let's say you build that optimization software or that security layer we just talked about. You have a great product, but you can't get global clients without an international track record.
Right, and that is where the expanded government first pilot program completely changes the game.
Tell us about that.
So it's a state initiative that gives startups their crucial first public procurement orders. But the mechanism just changed.
Oh.
Yeah, the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, along with the Public Procurement Service, are now actively facilitating overseas pilot contracts, specifically via their Silicon Valley network.
Oh, so the government is effectively acting as your anchor client to validate your tech abroad.
Exactly. It's a huge deal for deep tech startups.
Okay, so that covers B2B. But for consumer-facing founders, what does a successful global leap actually look like?
Well, Nongshim just completely threw out the traditional export playbook.
Nongshim, the food and beverage brand, what they do?
They bypassed traditional supermarkets entirely and partnered directly with Blinkit to dominate India's quick commerce market.
Quick commerce, meaning that under 30-minute delivery model facilitated by dense networks of, like, urban micro-warehouses.
Exactly. And this market in India is projected to hit $50 billion by 2030.
Wow.
Yeah, so Nongshim localized with a custom stir-fry noodle, instantly validating a highly lucrative new K-brand distribution pipeline.
It really is all about distribution.
It is. But it makes you wonder, if the ultimate startup advantage is owning that distribution infrastructure, what happens in a few years when AI agents start negotiating directly with these quick commerce APIs to order our groceries?
Oh, that's a wild thought.
Will the startup of the future even need a human-facing storefront, or will consumer branding just become code talking to code?
That's today's AI PRISM Founders. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily Reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a Juan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.